All right, it is the next day. It's Monday. Same position, same dog. And I have all four of these up to 400. That's 500. I'm going to 600, and then I'm going to get them in forge and temper them. And who knows, maybe before the day's out, well, I'm not even going to say. I have a carburetor I got to put on a riding lawnmower and do a little work on that so we can quit using Bev's lawnmower. That Simplicity lawnmower, boy, I tell you, that Simplicity is anything but simple. It's just, it's a Kohler engine, but boy, that thing has just turned out. I only give I don't know, like $100 for it. And then I welded a trailer hitch on the back just so we can drag our trailer around. But it has cost me just about as much money to keep it running as it cost me to buy it. It's just been a real pain in the neck. Anyway, I got a new carburetor, and this time I'm going to put the new carburetor on, and then I'm going to run all new fuel lines all the way to the gas tank. Something's not right. And now I am, granted, I'm buying the Chinese $19 carburetor, so that may be the problem right there. But this is the last carb I'm going to put on this thing. It'll run till it runs, and then I'm not just going to buy another junker and do the same thing, weld a hitch on the back, and use it as long as it will. You know, we're pulling trailer loads of heavy wood, so, you know, I'm expecting an awful lot of a really old, wore-out riding lawnmower. So, you know, I've had it, what, 3 years now? This is its third or fourth year. So I guess I shouldn't complain for $100. And, you know, if I had to put a carburetor on it every year, my God, it's just $20. It's just a pain in the neck doing the same thing over and over to the same engine. I put a new fuel pump on it last year. And, you know, it doesn't smoke. It's got a life left on it. Maybe I'm just a little aggravated. Maybe I'll just stick a carburetor on it, and next time it quits. And I really believe that the whole problem is I'm buying cheap carburetors. The Kohler carburetor is like $200, and the cheap Chinese carburetor is like $20. So I just keep buying cheap Chinese carburetors. Alrighty, let me get to work here. Okay. Normally, I go to the buffing room and I buff these up before I go and heat treat and temper them. And the reason is, after heat treating and tempering, if there are scratches in there that I should have sanded out, I won't be able to. So I buff it before I heat treat, but I'm not going to this time. And the reason is I've done such a good job sanding these that there's no doubt in my mind that I've got all the big scratches out. And so I'm gonna go ahead and heat treat them, get them in the oven. It's still fairly early. I might go ahead and start working on that lawnmower while these are, it takes 2 hours in the heat treating oven. So about a half an hour to heat treat these, and then another 2 hours to temper them. So yeah, that might be it for today. My wife is doing a little work in Bez's yard on some trees. I might go get involved with that after I put the carb on. We'll see. All right, a little bit of cleaning up the oil on there. I put these bricks over my forge so the wasps won't build a nest up in there. I'm gonna wipe this oil off and go stick them in the tempering oven. See you in 2 hours. You remember 3 months ago, maybe 4, when I lost the top to my airbrush? I heard it hit the floor, and I moved furniture out. I looked underneath everything, and I looked down in the vent. I looked anywhere I could have possibly gotten. And I just went to dump my garbage. And look what I found in the garbage can. And I went and bought another one. Here, I bought a brand new one because I gotta have a cap on it. Isn't that something? They're not expensive. They're only like 15 bucks, but still. All right. What are you doing? Breezy? Breezy? Don't be digging in that. That's garbage. All right. So now I got a spare. Well, it's good I found it, but I wish I hadn't bought another airbrush. Oh, well. I mean, I'm going to walk home and get that carburetor and go down and start working on that riding lawnmower. Oh, golly. What a bunch of sanding. All right. These are all out of the tempering oven. I got these cleaned up. They're headed to the buffing room next. This warped while I was heat treating it. Not much. Let's see. I mean, I can get it out in my tempering oven. I just got to put some shims in my tempering jig. And but I'm going to go ahead and clean it up and then put it back in the tempering oven because I'm sitting here anyway. I mean, I may have to do a little bit of touch up after I get it out of the tempering oven the second time, but it'll be, you know, 90% cleaned up. So this is the dinner skinner for Ann. So I was hoping to get the handles buffed up and the handles on today, but that's just not going to happen because it's about 2 in the afternoon. It'll be 4 or 4:30 before I can handle it. So I'm going to clean it up, get it in the tempering oven, get these buffed out, and get the handles epoxied on tonight. And I don't know when I'm going to work on these. Tomorrow, we got to go to the dump. We got all kinds of junk around here that we got to load up on a trailer and carry to the dump. So probably Wednesday. And then Friday, I got a friend coming over with a carburetor. I'm going to put it on his weed eater, and I'll probably, since I'm out there, go ahead and work on that riding lawnmower. I got the hood off. I got the riding lawnmower in the shop. I moved the bikes out so I could have enough room, not out, but over, so I could have enough room to work on them. And where you going, baby? Where you going, sweetie? You can stay here. I got the bikes moved over so I could have enough room to work on that riding lawnmower. And I'll do that Friday too. I'll run new gas line, and I just don't get it with this lawnmower. I have worked on it and worked on it and worked on it. I'm not going to go back into it. It's really aggravating working on something that you get it running, it sounds good, you know, back it out of the garage and use it a couple days, and then it goes right back to running crappy. And I really suspect that it's these cheap Chinese carburetors I'm buying. Alrighty, I'm going to clean this up and get it back in the tempering oven, and then these I'm going to buff out. Okay, boy, did I underestimate how much time it was going to take me to buff. Took a whole lot of buffing, about 2 hours to clean this, to buff this out. So definitely, I got to buff it out before heat treatment and then after heat treatment. That's a lot of work, but it was twice the work buffing this out after heat treatment. So I'm not going to have time to buff this out, but I got everything. Everything is ready. This is what this wood is going to look like. And I'm using identical wood. This is Dymolux, walnut Dymolux. And I'm not even going to get this epoxied on tonight. It's about 4 in the afternoon. My dogs are hungry. So that's it for today. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow? Yep, tomorrow we got to go to the dump and grocery store. So I'll be back out here Wednesday. And Ann's knife has about another 20 minutes in the tempering oven to get that warp out of it.